Now, I have noticed a flaw when I read that this morning. I already sent that over to him, but there is a boiler problem that I've forgotten about. One of our boilers went down this winter.
Yeah.
Was that last month, I think it was? Okay. And we had to have them out, have that redone, put it clean and everything. At that time, he said it wasn't gonna last very long, so we still need a boiler in there, and I neglected to put that into that, so I'll put a supplement to the judge for that.
Right, I see on your improvements for.
Right, I have the boiler.
You have the boiler and the camera system. Are we?
Camera system have been, we've already had the people in there looking at them. We should be getting bids, I hope this week. I really hope this week.
Are we replacing everything, or do we have some equipment that we will be able to keep?
What we're going to do is we're going to replace everything on the jail, in the sheriff's office, and take the existing cameras that are there and use them over in the court, and beef that up a little bit more. So we will be running two systems. The new system will be a digital, or an IP address, but it will be all digital, whereas the other one will be just the analog like we have currently.
Okay, so the number you have in here for this camera system.
That's a guesstimate on my part only.
Just a wild guess, okay, and you're expecting bids soon?
I hope this week.
Okay, as soon as you get an idea on those bids, if you can get that information over to us, that would be great, so we can kind of factor that in while I'm, because I'll work on the budgets this week.
Well, and you realize that's a separate budget, that's not my trust fund, okay.
Right, right. I got that part straight.
I figured that one out, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you need any help with that, let me know, because it took me a couple months to get it all right and figure out what was what, so.
And once I'm prepared with my calculations, we can sit down and actually get into the work part of it, okay?
Yeah, that's all I have. I know you have these two gentlemen here, I just want to introduce them, but
Okay.
if I'm not here, actually Major Veneman is second in charge, he will be the chief deputy, as they call it, or Captain Mike Lang, who is in charge of our detective division, and he is third in command, so if for some reason I'm not available, they're more than able to help in any way.
Okay.
And they will probably be showing up for this. They usually don't come with me, but when we go talking about budgets, I involve them in any of the process that we had getting it ready, so I wanted them to be here.
Right.
Whenever we do this other, so for this first month, they'll be showing up every day.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else? Any questions?
The 200,000 that was in the paper, is that including the possibility of the 145? I guess it is, for the camera system.
You'd have to add it together, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the paper.
Yeah, well, it would be. I think they quoted 190 or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
The postage stamp said 190, and then the journal the following
About 200.
200,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be, because if you got the one, well, rough guess is 150 plus 27 and 15 is.
You got 189 here.
Okay, so
you got
yeah, that would be
minus the boiler.
Right. Yeah, that did not include the boiler, because that had nothing to do with the upgrades.
Actually, I think the Post Dispatch indicated that much had been spent, but I knew
They indicated that everything was in already, and it wasn't,
right.
so, yeah, they.
That's the same question I had.
Okay.
Just to put that
Yeah,
in.
no, it is all in currently. We're waiting on one lock on the gate, and other than that, we're ready.
When you talk about these gates that we've explained to me where the gate is and how.
Okay, on every entrance to our jail has what they call a sally port type thing, where you come in and it's an airlock. So you come in one set of doors, it locks before the other door unlocks, with the exception of one place, and that's where we took the prisoners from the jail to the courthouse. You open that door and you're free to the open air. In case you don't know, we walk those prisoners across every day in this weather and everything. We have a gate setting across that now. Now that gate probably wasn't a couple $1,000 is all it was. But now it basically acts like an airlock also. You have to close the one door, come over and open the gate before those prisoners are allowed to go anywhere. Now the other one is up on the barbed wire, or the razor wire going around the top. There's a gate so that we can get through to get onto the roof if we need to.
Okay.
For maintenance.
Now the ICE people and the marshals, they don't have an objection to you walking prisoners across, because their prisoners aren't walking across.
That's correct. That's correct.
in a perfect world, in a big budget, it would be ideal to maybe.
It'd be in the same place, actually, in the perfect world.
In the perfect world, it'd be in the same place,
Right.
but, in the future, well, we couldn't put a fence across there
You
either.
can't put a walkway either, from what I understand, because that degraded the value or something like that. I know there was talk at one time of putting a tunnel in. You know, I don't know what the second perfect world or next to perfect world would be or not, but my understanding was they were originally at one time were going to put a walkway,
Catwalk, yes.
catwalk across, but I think because of
That was my understanding.
Is that before your time, Jim?
The developers were opposed.
I don't know about that.
it was when they built, it was actually when they built the Justice Center, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, I don't know if that was before your time or not, but yeah, that's when that was brought up.
Okay.
Yeah, in the perfect world, actually, we started out kinda in the perfect world, but ran out of space. Because they used to have the arraignments right there. Now, maybe you do or don't know this, but we actually have video arraignment now. So, we've cut
Right.
probably in half the amount of people going over.
Okay,
Because we just do it right there on the spot.
that helps.
Yeah, it does, helps a lot.
Hey, Mike, well, the last time they pulled prisoners, just for my own, give me a history lesson about why they pulled prisoners, how long it got to take them back. I don't know if Dan, I don't even know necessarily, it was a little bit before, it was right in the beginning of my time.
Right.
Well, how did that,
Oh, the ice prison back when you and I first got in here? You know, I don't know why those were pulled, and nobody could ever tell us why those were pulled, and we went all the way to Washington with that, but mysteriously enough, we started getting them back. That was ice, and they only gave us 3, they only had that many. That had something to do, if I remember correctly, with the whole election process back then. And
well, so I guess it would have been the marshals that took back 10 months to get,
Marshals, no, the marshals were never pulled until 4 months ago?
Right.
Yeah, about 4 months ago. It took them roughly 5 weeks to give us some, maybe 6 weeks to give us some people
That
back.
wasn't too long.
So,
They pulled for an infraction of policy, and we'll just leave it at that for right now.
what prisoners were gone for 10? I keep hearing.
That's the ICE prisoners.
and there was only 3?
There's 3?
No, they've only had, well, I don't know how many they had to start with.
It's
It was
never
way,
been
it was before my time.
It's never been a large number with ICE. They typically don't give us more than, normally around 10 is probably the average. So, and when they pulled, they probably pulled.
It may have been, yeah, I don't really know, it may have been 10, 15 prisoners, I really don't know. I know when they brought them back, they gave us 3, and we worked our way up to 13. So, and they pulled this time because of policy. And anytime you have an escape, the federal policy is you pull your prisoners, period, until the investigation is complete and the new inspection is done. So I don't know how many were there. There was, I think there was more than 10, it may have been 20, but that was back during our actual race for this office, our political race.
Since I have you, I will ask one budget question that I know I have.
Okay.
The estimate that you have on the revenue for the federal prisoners, last year, looks like the budget was 1.3.
Okay.
And the actual year-to-date, as of 12/31, we had taken in 1.247. Now, your projection for this coming year is 1.1 million. Is that, what date are we basing?
March is what I figured that on.
That's based on if they come back?
That was
around-
actually turned in before this ever happened.
Yeah,
Right, right.
But I figured it would be down some, so you can say probably
And I think
March,
I think the original one you turned in, I think might have had 1.2
probably was.
something. And I think this
Close to what I had
I think
this
this 1.1 is a revision
Mhm.
since.
It is.
And that's
I turned this in like
based,
2 weeks later or whatever when we had to
right.
return.
So this is based on a March, approximately,
I'm gonna say approximately because this was turned in before the
Right.
event, so
right,
if you figured that, it would be, we get about 90,000, so if you figure 180,000 off of it, that's 200,000, which
Right.
would be about
That's-
March,
okay.
so. like I said, I'm winging that one, that was turned in before the event.
Sure, sure. I needed to know that, so
Okay.
we don't have to, because I have to get my revenues established first. And
Understand.
now that I know that we don't need to, hopefully don't have to tinker with that too much, I'm comfortable with that.
All right,
Anything
well, I'm
else?
available if you guys need me for anything. Phone call away.
Okay,
All right,
Thank you.
anything else? All right, thank you.
thank you, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
I'll come
Mike.
this way. All right.
See you, Mike.
Thank you.